You are looking at a ghost. It flickers on your main screen. A faint, repeating signal. It is buried deep within cosmic background radiation. Most people would call it static, an echo of a dead quasar, perhaps, or just a flaw in the deep space sensors. Your colleagues certainly did. They laughed you out of the main observatory. They called it your phantom frequency, a wild goose chase written in stray electrons. But you saw the pattern. It was not random noise. It was structured. It was deliberate. It was a map that promised something impossible. It promised a path to the very edge of everything. The final shore of the universe. So you took your life's work, all your credibility, and you placed it on this single, fragile bet. You believed the ghost was real. You pored over ancient data archives. You searched for mentions of your impossible destination. Modern star science had no name for it. It was a place that could not exist. But the old records, the pre-Federation myths, told a different story. They whispered of a place called the Great Nothing, a void where the last stars guttered out, a celestial boundary beyond which nothing could pass. Legends from a dozen forgotten colonies described it. The Ashen Veil, the final shore, the wall at the end of time. They were all dismissed as creation myths, superstitions from humanity's lonely childhood among the stars. But the coordinates from those myths, they aligned with your signal. They matched the ghost in the machine. Everyone else saw fiction. You saw confirmation. This was not a glitch in the system. It was an invitation. You knew no official fleet would sanction this mission. Chasing a myth was career suicide. So you cashed in every favor you had. You sold patents. You liquidated your inheritance. You gathered a small fortune with a singular purpose: to build a ship capable of chasing a phantom. You commissioned the Stardust Drifter. She was not a warship or a fancy colony vessel. She was a testament to stubborn belief. Her hull was thick, designed to withstand the radiation of the intergalactic void. Her sensors were the most sensitive ever built, custom-made to track your impossibly faint signal. Her engines were experimental, a new kind of drive. It was built for crossing the great, silent seas between galaxies. You stood in the dry dock as they welded the final plates. The ship was your promise made manifest, an oath whispered to a ghost signal. The engineers thought you were eccentric. Your funders thought you were a fool. But as you watched the ship take shape, you knew you were right. You were a mapmaker, and you had just drawn the beginning of the final road. Your crew is the best you could afford, which luckily was the very best. They are professionals, experts in their fields. They are also profound doubters. They signed on for the challenge, for the advanced technology, for the high pay you offered. They did not sign on because they believed in your ghost. Their faith is thin as vacuum. Your first officer, Kalen, stands beside you on the bridge. He is a pilot of legendary skill. He can fly a brick through an asteroid field. He is also your most vocal skeptic. He keeps his doubts professional, but they are always there, simmering behind his eyes. "All systems green, Captain," he says. His voice is calm and even. "Ready to depart on your signal." He does not call it our signal. He calls it yours. Your science officer, Lena, nods from her station. Her displays are filled with the spectral data of your phantom. "The frequency is stable, Captain. Though I must log again, it has no discernible origin point. They are good soldiers. They will follow your orders to the letter. But they think you are chasing shadows. You give the command. Take us out, Mr. Kalen." The Stardust Drifter slides from its mooring. It leaves the bright star systems of the galactic arm behind. It points its nose toward the great, silent sea. The days bleed into weeks. The weeks curdle into months. The only constant is the low hum of the ship's life support. And the silence. Out here, between the arms of the galaxy, the void is king. The view screen is a tapestry of unblinking black, dusted with the faint, faraway smudges of other galaxies. They are ghosts themselves, too distant to offer any comfort. The silence is not just an absence of sound. It becomes a physical presence. It presses against the hull. It seeps into the corridors. It haunts the mess hall, where conversations die in whispers. The crew grows tense. Their discipline holds, but their spirits fray. They perform their duties with mechanical precision, but the life has gone out of their eyes. Kalen stands his watch with grim determination. The coffee tastes like despair again, Captain. He jokes one cycle. But there is no humor in his voice. You stand on the bridge for hours on end. Staring at the empty black, you check the signal. It is still there, faint, unwavering, a single thin thread pulling you through the crushing emptiness. You have to be right. You just have to be. The quiet continues for another month. The void becomes your world. Then, one shift, it happens. A single sharp ping from the science station. Lena sits bolt upright in her chair. Her eyes are wide. "Captain," she says, her voice tight with surprise. "I have an energy reading. It is not part of the background radiation." Kalen turns from the helm. The entire bridge crew freezes, listening. "Specify," you command, your own heart starting to pound. Lena's fingers fly across her console. It is a pulse, highly directional, repeating every 9 seconds. Its energy signature. It is not natural. It is manufactured. You pull up the map on the main screen. The ghost signal. Your impossible path. You overlay Lena's new data. The pulse is coming from a point directly on your projected course. Exactly where the map predicted a marker would be. It is a lighthouse in the deepest ocean imaginable. Kalen looks at you from the pilot's chair. And for the first time, you see the doubt in his eyes flicker and die. It is replaced by a dawning, fearful sense of wonder. The ship draws closer to the source of the pulse. The signal resolves itself on your screen. It is not just energy, it is information. It is complex. Too complex for your ship's computers to fully decode. Then, it stops pulsing. A light appears in the void ahead. It shimmers, coalescing. It forms a vast, intricate shape of pure energy. A being of living geometry. It does not speak with sound. Its voice blooms directly inside your mind. It is impossibly ancient, calm, unemotional. It feels like a mountain speaking. "You travel a path that has no return," the voice says. It resonates in your skull. The map you follow was not made for you. It is an echo of those who came before. Kalen grips the helm. "What is it?" he whispers. Lena can only shake her head, her eyes glued to the impossible energy readings. The AI continues its message. Its words are not a threat. They are a warning, a riddle. "The edge you seek is not a place," it says. "It is a change. Those who arrive are unmade. Turn back, little vessel. The great nothing is not for the living." You stand before the shimmering guardian. Its warning hangs heavy in the silent bridge. Turn back. The words echo in your mind, a test of your conviction. Your crew looks to you. Their faces are a mixture of awe and fear. They followed you this far on doubt and professionalism. Now, they are waiting for faith. "Mr. Kalen," you say, your voice steady. "Hold your course. Take us through it." Kalen hesitates for only a second. He looks from the geometric being back to you. He nods once. Aye, Captain. Holding course. Lena looks up from her console. Captain, the energy field is... She pauses. I do not know what it is. The laws of physics are not cooperating. You meet her gaze. Noted in the log, Lena. The Stardust Drifter sails forward. It moves toward the heart of the glowing form. The ship trembles as it makes contact. A low hum vibrates through the deck plates. Alarms flash on every console, then instantly die. The light of the AI engulfs the ship. For a moment, you see not space, but pure information. Rivers of light. Symbols older than stars. Then, you are through. The ship is quiet again. The AI is gone. But something has changed. The very fabric of space feels different. Lena stares at her sensors, baffled. The chronometers are unstable. Distance readings are nonsensical. The instruments are lying to us, Captain. Or the universe is... You have crossed the threshold. You look at the main view screen, expecting to see the familiar starscape behind you. But it is gone. Everything is gone. The distant galaxies, the faint smudges of nebulae, the comforting light of home. All of it has vanished, as if it was erased from existence. Behind you is only the same perfect, featureless black that lies ahead. Kalen slowly turns in his chair. His face is pale. Where are the stars? He asks. His voice is barely a whisper. There is no answer to give. You are in a new place now. A place not on any star chart. A place where the only direction is forward. Because there is no longer a behind. The oppressive silence of the intergalactic void was nothing. This is true emptiness, a perfect primal nothing. The crew is silent, not with tension or fatigue anymore, but with a profound, soul-shaking awe. They finally understand the name from the old myths, the Great Nothing. This is it. You have brought them to a place that should not be. And now, there is no way back. You drift in the perfect dark for what feels like an eternity. Time has no meaning here. The ship's clocks flicker, unreliable. Your only anchor is the faint signal you are still chasing. It is stronger now. A clear, resonant hum in the dark. Then, without warning, it appears. Not on sensors first, but with your own eyes. One moment, there is only blackness. The next, there is the wall. It does not fly into view, does not fade into existence. It is simply there, as if it was always there, and you only just now gained the ability to see it. It is a flat, vertical plane, stretching up, down, left, and right. Beyond the limits of your vision, beyond the range of your ship's most powerful sensors. It has no end. Its scale is an assault on the mind. Your ship, the proud Stardust Drifter, is less than a single molecule of dust floating before a mountain range. The structure is smooth, darker than the void it occupies. Kalen can only stare, his hands frozen on the controls. What is it? He breathes. Lena is speechless. Her screens are filled with impossible readings, zero energy, zero mass. Yet it is undeniably there, a physical barrier at the end of everything. You move the ship closer. The immense scale becomes even more oppressive. This was not built. The word is too small, too human. This was established, a fundamental feature of reality itself. As you approach, the dark surface begins to change. Soft lines of light trace across its surface. They form patterns, symbols, a language written in quiet luminescence. The glyphs are enormous, each one the size of a city. They pulse with a slow, steady rhythm, like a sleeping heart. And you recognize them. Your breath catches in your throat. They are the same symbols from your ghost signal, the same patterns you painstakingly decoded from the fragmented map on that dusty data crystal. It was never just a map or a signal. It was a word, a phrase, a single sentence written across the entire breadth of the universe. And you have followed it to its final punctuation mark. The symbols feel ancient, but not alien. They feel familiar, like a language you once knew but have long forgotten, a mother tongue of creation itself. This is the final destination. You have to get closer. You order a short-range shuttle prepared. Kalen and Lena protest. We don't know what that surface is, Kalen argues. The radiation, the forces, we have no data. But your mind is made up. This is not a moment for caution. This is a moment for discovery. You pilot the small shuttle yourself. It feels like a tiny insect flying toward a god. As you approach the massive wall, one of the glowing glyphs brightens. It seems to beckon you. You land the shuttle on a patch of the surface that appears stable. The material is not metal, not stone, not anything you know. It is perfectly smooth, warm to the touch. You exit the shuttle in your environment suit. You stand on the edge of the universe. You look back at the Stardust Drifter, a tiny speck of human hope against an impossible backdrop. Then you turn to the wall. You reach out. You press your gloved hand against the glowing surface. The moment you touch it, your mind ignites. It is not a vision, it is a memory. You are not in your suit anymore. You are everywhere at once. You are watching the birth of your own universe. You feel the singularity, the infinite density, the silent, waiting potential. Then, the eruption. The Big Bang is not a silent explosion in space. It is a sound that creates the concept of sound, a light that creates the concept of sight. You witness the first seconds, the chaos of pure energy. You see it cool, congeal into the first particles, hydrogen, helium. You feel the gravity pulling them into clouds. You watch them collapse, ignite, and become the first generation of stars. You are watching Genesis, not as an observer, but as a participant. You understand now. This wall is not a structure in the universe. It is the boundary, the canvas upon which reality was painted. The torrent of information shifts. The vision of creation fades, replaced by something else. You are still standing at the wall, but you see other figures, other ships. They are not human. Their forms are strange, beautiful, terrifying. Beings of crystal, of light, of pure thought. They come from other cosmos, other creations. They are your predecessors. You see a race of silicon beings, their ship a perfect crystalline lattice. They touched the wall billions of years before Earth was formed. You see a swarm of intelligent gas clouds. They communicated with pressure waves. They came to the wall from a universe with different physical laws. You see countless others, explorers from realities that have long since faded into history. Each one traveled to their own edge. Each one found this same place. They all stood where you stand now. They all touched the surface. They were all shown the truth of their own creation. The wall does not just contain our universe. It contains all universes. It is the library of echoes. And every single explorer, from every single cycle of existence, was faced with the same impossible choice. The visions cease. You are back in your suit. Your hand is still pressed against the humming surface of the wall. The knowledge of 1,000 lifetimes settles in your mind. Then, a final question forms. It is not spoken in words. It is posed by the wall itself. A direct query to your soul. You have seen the truth. Will you carry this memory back to your kind? Or will you step beyond the boundary and join the makers? The choice is laid bare. To return means guiding humanity into a new age of understanding. You could prove that we are not an accident, that the universe is a creation, a deliberate act, but it would also mean accepting this limit, living with the knowledge of a final, sealed door, forever. The other choice? To step beyond, to leave your body, your ship, your crew, to leave everything you have ever known. It means abandoning humanity to find its own way. In exchange for what? A new kind of existence? To become part of the next creation? The question is not a test of intelligence. It is a test of character, of purpose. You stand on the precipice of everything. The wall hums before you, a gateway to infinity, or a final, silent monument. Behind you, the small shuttle waits, a tether to your old life. In the distance, the Stardust Drifter is a tiny, fragile beacon of everything you are. Kaylin is in command. Lena is watching her sensors. They are waiting for you. Humanity is waiting for you. You have found the end of the map. You have followed the ghost signal to the ultimate shore. All the doubters were wrong. The legends were true. You have done the impossible. But the journey is not over. The hardest part has just begun. Your choice will echo for eternity. It will define the future of your entire species. Do you become a messenger, returning with a truth that will change your people forever? Or do you become a pioneer of a new reality, taking a step into the ultimate unknown? You look at your hand on the wall. Then you look back at the distant starship. You take a breath, and you decide.